So after watching films like In a Violent Nature and Longlegs, I am just about through with new age horror films, right? Because everyone is trying to be either super experimental or having all these random styles of filmmaking being put in, or there's these different styles of camera angles or whatever it may be, and having them proclaim that these films are the scariest, most anticipated, most goriest and gruesome movies of the year, right? Like I'm just kind of fed up with it. And now after, next in line is going to be is Cuckoo. And Cuckoo was absolutely ridiculous, right? I mean, it was after watching those last two movies, even Trap wasn't scary, but M. Night, he's a master of suspense. So I would say Trap was better than both of these films, right? But so Cuckoo followed this character Gretchen, played by Hunter Schafer, right? I mean, he did a great job in the role. He as this character Gretchen, and even though she thinks that she's a woman, she's able to play this role, I guess, fairly like a woman would be, right? But they did do a good job at making you dislike teens even more. I mean, she should have been in Talk to Me, or she'll probably be in Talk to Me too, watch, or Tear It too. But she's this disgruntled teen, right? It turns out that her mom passed away, and so her father and her new stepmom and her new stepsister are moving into this resort in Germany, right? They're leaving the States and heading over into Europe to stay at this resort of her father's friend, Harrow King. And it's funny because he's played by Dan Stevens, and I was wondering where I had saw this guy before, and he was in Godzilla vs. Kong: The New Empire. He was the guy that put the arm on Kong, and I don't remember what he was called, but he was in that movie, and that's where I had saw him at. But so he's the resort head, right? And he sets them up in their nice bungalow suite and everything, and he ends up giving her Gretchen a job at the front desk to keep herself occupied because there's not much to do up there. And it turns out that it turns out that there's this woman running around on the premises, and she is, I don't know what else to call her, but a banshee. I have no idea what she's supposed to be. She's this human hybrid creature thing that has this voice frequency that she can do where she's able to put people in a loop. Like she's able to just screech, just crazy screech, and I guess it really only affects the husbands, and then the wives get put into like a trance or something, and then she, I guess, sticks her hand up her cooch and pulls out like this cooch liquid and then puts it into the female cooch, I'm assuming, because they don't actually show it happen at all throughout the movie, but she apparently is impregnating these women that come to this resort, because other people have came to the resort as well, but she impregnates these women at this resort, that way she could keep her bloodline alive, I guess. And it turns out that Harrow King is actually helping preserve this creature. But like I said, I think she's a banshee. Like, I don't know what she's supposed to be. It kind of reminded me of the Watchers, like maybe it's a changeling or something, but it's all about the scream. And the scream that makes her, like I said, that puts people in loops or whatever. But it's just so random. Like, there's no backstory as to how or why this girl does what she does. In the beginning, like, her family is having like an argument, or they're in this argument, and then she's sitting there like seizuring out. And then it turns out she escapes, and she's, running wild, and that's the one. But apparently there were multiple, and this Harrow King guy is just breeding, banshees. And then so Gretchen, being the disgruntled emo punk teen that she is, she ends up pretty much coming into contact with this girl multiple times, trying to help, kind of figure out what's going on with this creature. She ends up becoming friends with like a ex-cop that's there, that's also trying to find out what happened, because his wife was, caught up in all of that stuff with the creature years ago or whatever, and he got discharged because he was trying to break this case when people didn't believe him. Like, what are you talking about, this creature that's impregnating women at a resort? It just sounded outrageous, and it's parents in Germany. Probably was like completely out of his jurisdiction. And so you find out that Gretchen's stepsister actually was the product of this inseminated pregnancy years ago when her father and her stepmom came and had their honeymoon at the resort. And the whole reason he wants them to come back is because he wants to do tests on the daughter to see like if the daughter is in fact a banshee or whatever. Turns out the daughter is a banshee, so the daughter does have these like screaming abilities and is able to do the same shit that the girl is able to do, but it's just like what exactly is she, right? Like their ears twitch, their necks start like breathing super quick or whatever, or their pulse starts raising, and then they, like I said, they have this banshee scream, and the frequency literally is able to just somehow put you in a loop and is able to specifically make the fathers like pass out, I guess. It's also like, it kind of reminds me of Longlegs, where, you know, he has the doll and he has the stone, the demon stone, and it possesses only the husband, you know, and not the rest of the family. So it was just super random. And you know, they're saying it's like blood, like the commercials are like, you know, bloody entertaining, bloody good fun, like it's gruesome, all this stuff. And it's like, not really. I mean, the fact that Hunter gets messed up, the only reason her character is all bloody and stuff like in the trailer is because she literally decides to run away with a lesbian. Because plot twist, of course, they are lesbian, you know, but she runs away. They run away with this girl and end up crashing because they see like that crazy banshee lady runs into the street, and they try to swerve and not hit her, and they end up crashing, and you know, she gets all fucked up because of it. But it's like, you literally, and then she tries to get like sympathy from her family, and they're like, you literally tried to run away, you literally left with some stranger, and you were just gonna bounce, so why, like, we don't believe you, we think you're crazy, we think you're just like upset, and we get that, you know, you miss your mom, but like, damn, like, you're just literally like kind of like a dick. You know, I mean, I excuse your pronouns, but you know, it's just like, damn. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting film, and I didn't like it. All right, I gave it like a 4 or 3. I mean, it wasn't scary at all. The suspense wasn't there. If anything, I just wanted to know what exactly the creature was. You know, at least in the Watchers, there was, you know, some kind of discussion. There was some kind of breakdown as to like where these creatures have been here, and there's lore, and they were trapped underground and all this stuff, you know. And same thing with Longlegs. At least you understood that it was like a demon possession, but you don't really understand. I still don't understand how the demon was able to possess and not possess certain people. And, you know, it's just, you know, horror movies today are just not giving you anything. You know, they try to make it ambiguous. They try to make it like, you know, these deeper meanings and make you have to really dive into the film. But it's like, damn, like, you just sometimes can't. Sometimes you just want to watch a movie and have everything kind of get resolved at the end. You know, you can have your twists and turns, but at the end of the movie, you got to have some type of, you know, explanation to what you're seeing. And it's like, Cuckoo definitely left everything in the air. And, you know, Longlegs, like I said, I hope they get a prequel or a sequel series. Apparently they, you know, totally went over. They made way more than the budget was for the film. They made like 40 million. I think they made it for under 10. So, you know, they made more than enough money back. They should make a sequel or a prequel to give people more about Longlegs as a character or something. Same thing with Cuckoo. Like, what is up with this resort? What happened to all the other families that made Banshee children? What happened with the first Banshee? Like, you know, what exactly is going on? I'm tired of all this, you know, beating around the bush and trying to make you just get freaked out over nothing really. Like, just like a loose concept, you know. I mean, I'm excited for Terrifier 3, honestly, because I know it's just going to be bloody gruesome and bloody. It's going to be a bloody good time. If it's anything to go off of 1 and 2, it's going to be awesome. And, you know, Alien Romulus comes out this week, so I'm more than excited for that. I mean, I'm forever an Alien fan. Get out of here, Predators. The other Predators as well, get out of here too. So, you know, it's just, I don't know. I'm very curious to see where horror goes by the end of this year, because a lot of these movies aren't looking very scary. Plus, there's that new movie with, forgot the director's name, but it's a movie called Presence, and it's about a ghost. It's like from the ghost perspective in the house, like whatever's haunting the house, it's from its perspective. And that just seems kind of like lame. It seems kind of like In a Violent Nature, where we're just going to be following this entity around the house, whereas in a Violent Nature we were just following this guy walking around. You know, I mean, it's almost as bad as Skinamarink, and Skinamarink was good in my opinion, only because it was so art housey. It seems like anybody could have made the film, you know. But I mean, it was just kind of cool. But you know, we'll see. We'll have to see how it ends, how the year wraps up with horror films, and if any others just decide to slip into the cracks, you know, that we don't really know about or that aren't being overly hyped. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Cuckoo didn't really care for it. Wouldn't unfortunately would not suggest it. Definitely watch Trap. And if you have to watch Longlegs, I mean, just go watch it because Nicolas Cage is the best. But yeah, this has been Ghost in the Craig. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys at Weyland Yutani for Alien Romulus. Peace.